abantu bari mu Kenya mino mujela le nyawo president wa Kenya inamba likwere likongo.
Thank you very much. As you have already heard, that is our intro song for Checkmate at Hot 96, and of course this is the place where you get the best in terms of the political activities for the week and the days that are coming ahead of us. And of course, as we had already promised you, the show today will be hot, and we're here with PK Salasya the 6th, and there's so many questions. Mwesh, you're saying you're the anointed one?
Yes.
How?
No, you see, someone who is anointed, you cannot understand his things, his ways of doing things. He does his things in a special way. You look at the history, even how he won the election of Mumias East as a member of parliament from nothing. And I think in Western Kenya, this is the first time, like, somebody who was, who have brought down the jinx, like, or the narrative. Like, for example, you must be married, man, for you to be elected. You must be rich, have good house, and many other factors that surrounds the politics, more so the politics in the Wangaland. It has been moved around that somebody has to come from Nairobi to win an election. But for the first time, one of their own, the one who has never lived in Nairobi, the one who has never worked in Nairobi,
The one who is not married.
the one who is not married, have no job, has no wife, have no what, he ended up beating those who had all the qualifications. So like now when I went to the church today, it was talking about the manifestation, what the anointing of God can do.
This is a spiritual thing.
It's a spiritual, and you see, it's called the mysteries of God. You know, you cannot understand the mysteries of God.
And God works in mysterious ways.
And He works in a mysterious ways.
Wow.
Sometimes we get too busy. You know, nowadays when you get
you see with so many girls
let me tell you,
social media.
Leave alone my social media. Let me tell you. You know, right now I'm very busy. I'm very busy moving up and down, popularizing my presidential bid. It's not a joke. And you see, like right now, somebody like me, you really need somebody who understands the what it takes into. That's why I find like most of the people who are in politics, majority finds them when they have settled down, they're married and all that blah blah blah, because the wife will be able to understand ABCD. But you see now, like somebody like me, I tell a girlfriend or I tell a lady that today I'm going to be out of Nairobi for maybe 3 weeks or so, or 1 month. I'm there talking to the people, or maybe she's the other side, and then I'm this side. So you see, unless maybe she understands the concept, but if you don't understand the concept, you will end up being
so Mheshimiwa, because the elections are just 2 years away. If you win and you don't have a first lady, who is going to be the first lady?
Let me tell you, you know this thing called the first lady. Okay, I know it has its own importance, but the fact remains that people are successful people, even not even I'm trained that so successful. I'm a member of parliament.
Yes.
I don't have a wife, but I'm doing my mandate. You know, so it depends. You can get like maybe a wife who doesn't want to be in the public domain. She just want to be. She doesn't want to appear in the cameras. So what matters is what you have. Plans for the country.
Okay.
That is what really matters. But if God says that you'll marry tomorrow, I'll definitely do it.
So you're promising them that before the elections you'll have.
I don't know. You know, those are the things that you can't tell exactly.
Okay.
But if it happens, well and good.
Okay.
I'm a human being and God has His own way of doing things. We started with Kakamega County, then moved to Busia, then moved to Bungoma County, then moved to Trans Nzoia, Vihiga, then Trans Nzoia.
The 5 counties in Western.
5 counties in Western. Then we moved to Nakuru County. Then we moved to Kwale County, Kilifi County, Mombasa County, then Taita Taveta County, Machakos County, Kitui County, Makueni County, Embu County, Tarakaniti County, Meru County, Isiolo County. Then we were at Nyandarua County. Then we went to Nyandarua, then Nyandarua, Laikipia County, and then we went to Nyeri, and then we went to Kirinyaga because we were in Mwea. Then we later went to Muranga, we were at Kenol, Maragua. Then we went to lastly we were also in Limuru, that is in Kiambu County. We were in Kiambu town, we were in Thika town, we were in Makongeni, and we were in Kirigiti. So that forms the Kiambu County.
So how many counties in total?
So in total we can say 5. Then Mombasa, Kilifi, Kwale, Taita Taveta, Nakuru. Those are 10, right?
10, yes.
Then we have Machakos 11.
Mount Kenya, about 7 of them.
Yes. So we should be around like around 20 something.
20 something.
22 something.
In how many days?
In 2 months time.
Yes. 2
Yes.
months.
2 months. It's been journey.
Okay.
You know, it's not like in Western Kenya. We took like about because it's so vast, so big. 1 month. Like around 1 month. In fact, this journey it's about like 3 months. So it has been a journey of 3 months.
Okay. And when you were in one of the counties, was it is Laikipia?
Yes.
You were arrested dramatically.
Yes, that is in Timau. That is in Buru constituency.
How that whole thing happened, because it was really about it was a dangerous thing, I think.
No, exactly happened. You know, when we were in Mombasa, they tried to reach us, but they were unable. So they went ahead and planned now around Timau. You know, now in Timau there's no people, there's nothing around there. It's just plantation. You have been able to happen to those sites. So I think they were like tracking us how we were moving all the way. In fact, they were like telling me they were with us in Isiolo, Meru. They were just following us. So they are only waiting where they can get us. So when we were just about Timau there, we just saw people getting out with their guns, putting up pop. Then when we tried to is when they shot the tire, so the wheel or whatever. So it's when now they managed to get us. Yeah.
So they shot at the wheels when the car was moving or stationary?
When it was moving. Yes.
Wow.
But the good thing is that the driver was good.
Okay.
Yeah, and by the grace of God.
How many rounds were shot?
I can't exactly tell you how many, but you see now there's when you go to it's called the rim or what, it can tell you like, yeah,
these are the places.
Yes, because I only even noticed that after, in fact, when I was in the cell is when I got a phone, somebody, and showed me, look at this. I didn't know that it was that dangerous. Yeah, kumbe it was so that dangerous like
sorry,
that.
Sorry, Mheshimiwa, but at least you are not hurt in the process.
Yes.
So, but there's a question that many people are asking. You were moving with a convoy.
Yes.
How many cars do you move with during your campaign?
We have. It depends. You know,
Because
like
I've seen
I have. It depends with on a particular day, because I'm being supported with friends, with their cars. Mine, yes, with their friends. So it depends, like maybe today ABCD has his schedule tight for other things, so they will, if they are free, so it can even get to 10, 15, so depending with the availability of the friends who believe in the vision that I carry. And
so 10 to 15 vehicles, fuel guzzlers.
Yeah, so it depends. Others will come when they will fuel for themselves. Yes.
So which are these friends? Because there's a question that has been put out that you could be a project and that somebody is there to finance you, to give you the vehicles, to give you the support. I see you move like I haven't seen it before.
Yeah, you see, people will definitely say, you see in politics about network, like I have friends of mine here, they have the cars. So sometimes they give it to me. I'm also a member of parliament, definitely. If now, like on that salary, that money I was getting, I was putting in the SACCOs, you can decide and say, okay, because for the sake of this country, just to fuel and also they help also support myself. So it's about me and my friends there, and we keep, because the sound is mine and everything. So I don't hire cars maybe once in a while, but some most so maybe mine and for my friends. So we are able to move like nothing.
So you're not a project?
So I'm Project Kenya. So some they have been saying, you see, there's a lot of confusion. Some say, oh, you're a project of Kamimnyoro. Some say of the state doing all that stuff. But the fact remains that I'm a project of God, because, and Kenyans at large, because I'm a youth and a youthful leader. And because I really want to move together with my fellow youth. There's no any way that you can be a successful person but the majority. And when I look at the people who are ahead there, they're not speaking about the agenda of our people, of the young people, because this country is there to stay, is there to live.
Okay.
And they always say that even the Bible tells us that it's about the generations, children of our, the children, children of our children. You know, it's something that when we do today, we have to think about the generations to come.
Okay.
Yeah.
So these friends you're talking about,
just
you
youth,
name some
my majority are my youth. Majority are youth.
Like who?
Who just believe. Like this one here.
Okay.
Hey,
who
yeah, this one. They're just, yeah, we are always with them definitely on my convoy. They are just there and they also speak. Yes. Those ones, nobody else. Yes. You know, let me tell you. You know, people want things when they are ready. Those who, but for now, it only takes only few who believe in the vision, and those few are the ones who have driven me to move all around the Western and change the narrative. Because you remember when we started this thing, there were a lot of narrations. Some say this guy is Bangi na Msumbua. Some they'll say that it's about the content creation. So they are no longer talking about the Bangi things. They are no longer talking about the content creation. They are now talking about who is sponsoring this. Because they also say that I'm too fast. And you see, the person who is anointed, he is moving with the speed. And let me tell you, the Gen Z movements, whatever, they need someone who has energy, someone who can move with their speed.
And somebody who is anointed.
And someone who is anointed. Because you see, if you're not anointed, even if you have $1 billion, you cannot manage what I'm doing.
Okay, so how much do you spend in a day during these rallies?
You can't tell exactly.
Just give us a rough.
You can't tell exactly, because you see, it depends. Like for example, a friend can come today, right? He has fueled his car. Mungine has said that, Moesh, where you are going to sleep today, we are going to the food I'm the one who's going to buy. So he said that because you don't eat in hotels, we go and cook. So when we go and cook, we say like unga packets mbili, ugali nyama mbili, kilo mbili, skuma nini, tunapika.
Mwenyewe unapika.
Sasa mimi mwenyewe najua niko kwa mambo mengi. Sasa siwezi niko tu naomba unajipikia tu wenyewe. Tunalala, wengine wanalala kwa floor pale, wengine wanalala, we share beds. And that is how we have been able to do it, even when in Mombasa. That's why when they came to Mombasa, they found us when we were together. We are always together.
And they asked questions about where you were sleeping.
Yeah, sorry?
They asked questions about where you were sleeping in Mombasa. Yeah,
definitely. But now when we are close, we always, they feel like when we move like a team. Yeah, so but those are normal things. The most important thing is that what's the agenda behind? What do we want to have? What kind of a nation do we want to have as a nation? I don't want to know who is saying what, but the most critical is, where do I want like this nation to be in the next, like maybe 30 years from now, 10 years from now, and all that. And also need to do what we call the pace setter. You see, if a country is set on the basis, like you see, like let's talk about the United States of America. It has a base that even if when you are the worst president, there is whereby you cannot go to that extent, and the systems are there. Yes, you can try to infiltrate them, but at the end of the day, you can't go beyond some limits. And we must also, as a nation, have some limits. You cannot just come, like, for example, you're the president today, you have infiltrated all the parliament, you have infiltrated the judiciary, you have infiltrated all the independency institutions, and there's working, whatever. And when going forward, as a nation, we must also have, before, like, we have key things, like, let's say, the insurance covers.
Okay, Mheshimiwa, before we get to that, there are many people who are now asking if you are to be President PK Salasya, what is this manifesto that you have that you want to do for Kenyans once you are sworn in? Ukiekelea Biblia chini, what is your manifesto, Mheshimiwa?
First of all, my key agenda is we cannot make education in Kenya to be like just a conveyor belt, whereby, like, you just finish the school, jobs have continued to shrink every day. And my key agenda as a president is to see that those young people who are graduating from the university, and you see, the most why people, young people, they are bitter right now with the leadership is because somebody has gone to school, he has done masters, he has done whatever, he has gone even up to the PhD, he has done his degree. Then you are promoting, the only jobs you are promoting is about kazi za mjengo. So you see, we must be a nation of innovation and creativity. So my main agenda is to see, as a nation, how many jobs are we creating per year, how many invest, even if it is going to mean to go and do the necessary research and find out what can we do as a nation so that we can attract the investors.
So education, number one. Number two,
education, but is complemented with the jobs opportunity. So my main thing is the job creation. Yeah, not to the job creation is number one.
Okay.
Number two is to allow the education, definitely, whereby we are talking about how can we make education in Kenya to be the best, and not just to be education. We can make Kenya to be whereby the center of excellence in terms of education, whereby countries, people like from Uganda, whichever the country, they can come and learn from here.
So that's education.
Yes.
Number three,
definitely healthcare system.
what you want to change? What?
No, number one, first of all, we can take like a country like India, for example. Everybody's been going to India to do what? Why can't we also make healthcare system in Kenya to work? Not just the healthcare for the common man, but for the complex. And there are things that we can do and make a healthcare system to be competitive in Kenya itself by itself.
Okay.
So that now we can also attract.
So you will not do away with the SHA?
Okay, like it depends with how things are going to do.
You won't change it?
It goes to be, okay, I don't want to preempt,
okay,
because I don't know what exactly,
okay,
how it's going to end.
Okay.
But going forward, what I'm going to do is we're not going to be a country whereby just somebody wakes up today and say that he doesn't want NHIF.
Okay.
He doesn't want just. So we should, before we bring in anything in the system, right? We have to find out like it is tested, proven, doable, whatever.
Okay, another point? Or how many points do you have in your manifesto?
So, okay, there is a lot that we can talk about, but the more important is about the job creation in this country.
Okay.
The job creation, we can talk about, like, look at what is happening today. We are talking about the affordable housing. There are things that we need to do to make those houses to be called affordable, right? When you talk about affordable, have we made the cement to be lower than what is expected?
Okay.
Like, for example, we are now producing, we have our own clinker here, for example, in Kajiado here. So how is it that clinker that we are doing today, how has it, the natural resources of a country should be a blessing to a country?
Okay. So Mheshimiwa,
yes,
if you are to come in, you are, I don't know that he's your leader or something, but the DCP party leader, Rigathi Gachagua, says once he comes in, this is the first thing that afanya immediately amekelea Biblia chini, which is removing the tax on housing, the 1.5 or 3%. He will remove SHA. He will do away with the new funding model ya shule. So what would be the first thing you will do in your first day in office as president if you're elected, what is the first thing that you change?
First of all, is to remove the stress of employees. Like we have what you just mentioned. Why are we doing? We are having like somebody you are working here. You have an insurance company that is paying for you. You are again being deducted for the SHA. For what reason? NSSF. What, how the history of NSSF? How has it helped anyone? We must go back to that. Because
so what are you changing?
So what we are doing is we are going to do, like for example, to remove the stress in the payslips of Kenyans. Definitely that is a fact.
What is that you're removing?
Like we have, number one, this thing of, like we look at the taxes. If you put together all the taxes of the payslip,
so you reduce the taxes.
You reduce the taxes, like whatever. So people should enjoy their money.
Okay.
If you're working hard, definitely mambo ya affordable housing tutatoa, mambo hii ya SHA. We must come up with a model that is going to be doable for everybody. We should not stress. You are being kama leo wewe unachajiwa pesa ya insurance with the company. Then again kuna hii payslip ya SHA na wewe mwenyewe unalipiwa na ya kampuni. So hii vitu hii lazima tuangalie.
Tutatoa hiyo ukiingia asubuhi sana.
Yeah, tutatoa. Definitely. And then now tuangalie vitu kama hii affordable housing. Alafu unaona kama there are those people right now, as you look at that payslip, wale watu ambao organization from outside pia wamefinywa. So they will rather go get paid from Uganda than being paid from upper Kenya.
Okay.
So there are a lot of things that we will put, but the more important thing is about, leave alone the payslip thing. We are going to work on that. The most important thing is job creation in this country.
So how are you going to create the jobs? Because
number one,
there are so many presidents that have come in, they have not been able to do that. You as President Salasya, what will you change? Number one,
you see, people like in this country, people do a lot of investment. Like for example, they invest in a politician. Now when he gets into the power, he cannot touch some things, because now, like for example, let's look at the interest there. Even in this SHA, there is interest. Somebody has interest there, head interest. You see, maybe in the app you will do this ABCD. Let's look at the issue of we had like this issue of the private universities being funded by the government, whatever. Somebody just had that business idea or whatever. We have, for everything must be there is interest there. So number one thing that we need to do is this cost of power. We need to reduce this thing called the cost of power that is making manufacturing or industrialization in Kenya to be more expensive. That is number one. Then number two, also we also need to look at the taxes. Like for example, I would say any company that is doing manufacturing that has employed more than, because unajua huyu mtu analipa corporate tax, analipa sijui VAT, analipa sijui ya nini, all those things we will bring them together. We say wewe kama wewe uko na kampuni yako mahali hapo, wewe you are exempted to do as long as you are employing more than this. If you have established your account, your company in the rural areas, it comes with a lot of exemptions. So it will encourage even people to establish companies in the rural areas and many other things. So we look at that. Then we look at the raw materials that are coming to be processed from Kenya. Give them free, exempted from those tax. You see, like right now they want to remove those things that they were enjoying, blah 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 blah. Okay. Yeah, look at this thing called affordable housing. It's not even, I was in Morocco, by the way. In Morocco they do affordable housing, and in Morocco government doesn't even spend their money. What they do is that they look, government provide the social amenities like school. They introduce new homes. Like unaweza kuja useme watu wenye wanakaa hapa Kibira, si ndio? We don't want to be a slum. Can we introduce a new home? We make sure wamefika, wamepeleka pale SGR imefika pale, wamejenga shule, wamejenga hospitali and other things. Then now they give it to a contractor, one person to build like 500 units of houses, and this person is exempted to not to buy the asinunue asilipe kama corporate tax, imereduciwa VAT tax hizo. So they make it very easy, like somebody 400,000 per unit, alafu mtu sasa analipa anapatiwa akiingia pale.
We have seen you your lawyer said that ni sura ya mtu ilikaribia kwa mkono yake ya mkono ambayo ilikuwa inapita. What will you do about that, because kuna watu wanasema sasa rais akikuwa anaweza piga mtu kofi itakuwa aje?
No, you see now, you see like those things you know, once now you are elevated, we are not going to, you now focus. Yeah, you see now sahi sasa mambo ya sarakasi siko nayo sana. Sahi now me niko very much focused, and I think it's long time you don't see me posting funny things. Right now I'm a presidential person, so I have to. Sahi tunaongea about how we're going to save the future of this nation.
Mheshimiwa, we know that you like to enjoy yourself. Unaeka pale kwa sherehe, you're doing some stuff. Una post pia, wakati mwingine watu wanasema mweshi una post sana. Hiyo pia utapunguza
sasa hii
anointed na presidential candidate.
Sasa hii,
so what are you going to change about?
Now what I'm going to change right now, you see, you will not see me posting like doing alcohol, doing whatever. You're not going to see me doing it. You're not going to see me you know, I know myself. I know the you know, there are those things, you know, what we've been doing before. Cinema, mambo ya cinema sasa sahi cinema imeshaisha. Because now, like right now, everybody's looking unto me. The young people, the young Gen Z people are looking forward towards me and see the actions. And you see now I've been walking around, and those young people, they are following closely every action that I take. It has a whatever.
Okay, somebody asked if an election were to be held right now, yeah, wewe na candidates wengine, how many votes would you get?
I will be number one. Ask me why.
Why?
Because number one, me personally, I'm the only politician who can do rallies across this country and be accepted everywhere. That is number one. So which means that I'll be able to reach many people, and I've reached no any other politician has done what I've done. Maybe for the presidential, they've done what I've done. So that one tells you that in fact right now I'm one of the front runners for president in this country.
Wow.
I'm the front runner.
Hey, uongo mheshimiwa.
I'm the front runner. Tell me who?
Who is the president is there?
Yeah, apart from him, who else?
Kalonzo is saying he's running. Rigathi is saying he's running. There's another candidate from where? Nyanza. Is it Kisii region? They have two candidates, Maraga and Karua is there.
So tell me.
I might be running as well.
Yeah, now tell me who has traversed. You see, number one, let me tell you about the election. We have done this election thing. You can do the social media pronouncements and all that, but there is that aspect of you reaching to those people. Because before somebody votes for you, he wants to see you. He must know your name. He must see you. Like right now. So we have met so many people, and we are continuing to meet with many people. So right now, I'm one of the front runners for presidential.
So if you are to be in the ballot with so many other candidates, you are going to win.
Yeah, definitely. Even right now, what we do, and I say that, hey, because you see, look at this.
In content creation.
No, it's not about content.
Yes.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
You see, me, I'll get votes everywhere. The Mount Kenya, they are more comfortable with me. The people of Coast, they are more comfortable with me. The people of the Western Kenya, they are more comfortable with me. The Rift Valley, they are more comfortable with me. And also the young people, because I stand also as an aspiration to the young people. So, and tell me who other youth who has moved and traversed this country, leave alone those things on social media. Wala nasema anataka kwa social media. Mimi ndio natembea Kenya. Hakuna youth mwingine, sema mwingine nani?
Watu ni wengi, Kasmuel Makora.
Sasa wewe unaweza compare mimi na hawa watoto. Vijana.
Mheshimiwa unasema hao ni watoto? Those are serious candidates, they were here last Saturday.
Hiyo wako kwa.
We have Morara Kebaso. Mheshimiwa utashinda unakuwa namba last.
Boss, hakuna. Let me tell you. Okay, I'm not bragging.
Yeah.
But hakuna. Tell me any other youthful person who has an energy, gas like me. No one.
So those Morara, Kebaso, those guys, they cannot beat you.
I'll plan them. I will nitawapanga. Nitawapanga as we move
forward. So kuro unaona ukipata ngapi? Because last time Ruto got 7.1 million.
Me I'll get 10 million. I'll get 10 million. Ask me why.
Why? Where?
No, I'm telling you, I'll get 10 million votes.
Can you tell us how? Because
10 million votes strong.
Western, how many votes?
Western, tapata Western, the whole of Western. Hey, na hiyo Western peke yake.
How many votes in Western?
Western kama Western peke yake, we are talking even Kakamega, kama Kakamega peke yake ni about 1 million.
So that's 5.
Yeah.
4 million, 5 million.
4 million around there.
Every vote. Tunaenda wapi kwingine?
Mount Kenya. Wale Mount Kenya venye nilienda huko. Those people they have loved me. Watu wa Coast wenyewe na kaka mtu wa Coast.
Yes.
Mimi na loud screen kama watu wa Coast napenda mimi.
So mheshimiwa umepata 4-5 million for Western.
Alafu the only man mwenye ana kishachukua hii kiti hakutakuwa na vita ni mimi peke yangu.
So Coast umechukua kura ngapi?
Coast huko ndabeba kaa zote. Bora tu nione tu kwa debe.
Imeenda hiyo. 10 am asubuhi sana.
Asubuhi na mimi sasa yani unaona wata celebrate. Everybody will be celebrating. In fact, hata saa hii huyo William Ruto akiona anaenda kumshinda. Hata campaign. Hata campaign. Kwa sababu anajua
hata
hakuna haja.
Na kwa stronghold yake unaweza pata
huko ndapata kama yote kama sasa la leo nimeuliza watu kwa mtandao ni kaunti gani ambazo sijafika. Watu wa Kericho wanalia, watu wa Turkana wanalia, watu wa Uasin Gishu wanalia, mheshimiwa kuja, watu wa Elgeyo Marakwet wanalia, watu wa Baringo wanalia, watu wa Narok wanalia, yani hiyo Narok county. So which means that I'm the only politician who is acceptable hata Kisinga Mira across the country. So and that's why we do and by the way we do our politics very peaceful ones. It's all about the agenda, nothing else.
So if you're going to get 10 million votes, how many votes will the president get? The current president.
Current. Sasa okay, atapata kidogo sana.
Kama ngapi?
Anaweza pata maybe 3 million. Ama 2.
Yeye kile Salasya bana la.
Asubuhi. Kwa sababu tunabeba. Yaani wewe niambie nani?
Lakini lazima kuja na strong.
Hakuna mtu mwingine anaweza toa William Ruto kama sio mimi. I'm telling you. Mimi tu ndio nimeshapakwa mafuta. Na hata mwenyewe nikimtoa kwa kiti yenyewe atakaa chini na atasema ni sawa. Mungu amesema nikae chini. That's why now Kenyans have to invest in me.
You are calling for more friends.
Yes. Ni mimi tu peke yangu.
Akikuita akwambie Salasya junono utanishinda. Chukua 1 billion, step down.
No, hapana na mafuta kama mafuta huwezi enda kando na mafuta. Mafuta imesema wewe ndio umeshachaguliwa uongoze wa Kenya. Kwa sababu
wewe unajua ni comedian.
No, I'm telling you the truth.
Comedy kando. These are serious issues. Yes.
Simi nakwambia ukweli.
So how much would he give you to step down?
It's not about money. Let me tell you. Kama ningekuwa pesa singelikuwa nimepatiwa nimedanganya na pesa huko Mumias. Na nikaacha ubunge alafu kanidanganya hapa kidogo kidogo. Lakini sasa mimi ni mbunge. Sio unaniambia nini?
So 10 million strong.
10 million strong. Na yeye mwenyewe atakaa chini na nimeambia mimi nishapita kura, nda respect familia yake, nda respect familia ya Uhuru, ya Kibaki na ndawaheshimu kabisa. Watapata security, watapata kila kitu wanataka. Hata mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga pia yeye ataheshimiwa, atakuwa pale
mheshimiwa. You know hii game huwa inaenda na stronghold. You come with the votes that is
let me tell you boys, mimi sinanga stronghold. Stronghold ni mimi mwenyewe. That's why umeona nimeingia Mount Kenya peka.
So unasema umetisha watu
serikali
inaanza kuingiza baridi mheshimiwa.
Serikali haiwezi ingia baridi kwa sababu Kenya needs to cool down. Na mimi peke yangu naweza cool down. Naweza cool down vijana niwaambie mtulie. Tutabadilisha, tusaidie, tutulie, tupite 2027, we exercise our right at the ballot.
Okay.
Na tumalize mambo ya tuseme, kwa sababu youth hajaiongoza Kenya since 1969.
Wewe uko na miaka ngapi mweshi?
Mimi na karibu nafikisha 35. Hey.
So utakuwa the first youth president.
The first youthful president. Traore.
Kama ule wa Senegal.
Bana nakwambia. Mimi si wa Senegal, mimi ni ule wa Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso kunyorosha hapa. Na nitaongoza watu wenyewe watafurahia. You know, Kenya will be the happiest country.
Okay.
And everybody will be coming to Kenya. It will revive many hopes. It will not be a point of the survival for the fittest, like a jungle. It will be anyone can survive in this country because there will be opportunities everywhere.
So Mheshimiwa, now that you
on the basis of the competence, not whom do you know.
Now that Mheshimiwa, you're saying you are that popular and you would win this vote, have you received calls for people telling you please just step down? Mheshimiwa, tunaomba tu ushuke kwa sababu ukikaa hapo tutapoteza.
No, let me tell you one thing.
Have you received calls?
No, you see there is a lot of intimidation, like even on Twitter they will always say, hey, wewe sijui nini, ngoja kwanza sijui nini nini kwa mtandao. Kwanza Twitter hiyo ndio inaongoza. Wajua huko kuna watu wamelipwa huko. Kila mtu ako na timu yake. Watu wa Twitter, wa X. Lakini huko TikTok tuko sawa. TikTok hiyo ina support mimi. Facebook ina support mimi. Lakini kule kwa X, sijui X walikula nini. Kuna watu huko wanaweza kuja tu asubuhi na hashtag sukuma huko. But the most more important is us pushing the agenda. You know, believing in the vision that I have for Kenya is what is really pushing me to. Not to get and go and punish some other quarters.
So what party would you run with? Because there's a question here from one of the listeners. Chama
no, mambo ya chama, let me tell you, it's not about the party right now. Right now it's people to know what I stand for.
But they already know that you want to create jobs. What party are you using? Because
no,
BCP was launched recently.
Yes.
Raila has ODM. Ruto has UDA. Everybody has a party. You don't have one.
No, the party issue, I'm going to, let me popularize my name first. Let them know what I stand for. Because I also want, when we will have a party, maybe God will, by God's grace, that people will need to know what does that party stand for.
So you are not going you're not going to run with the party that you elected with, DAP Kenya.
If they give it to me, well and good. If they don't,
but your party leader wants to be president as well.
No, I don't know. You see, now everybody has his own mission. You see, now I don't know his plan because me, I also have my plan.
So are you going to now leave your party so that you get?
I don't know about that. What I know is that I'm going to run for presidency. So, and that is why I've sacrificed all these and moved in over 20 counties, and we are moving to other counties.
Okay, there's a question here from a listener. Hello, tell Mheshimiwa he's too broke to ask for president.
Hey, wewe mtu mwenye akona mafuta unaweza muuliza kwa broke? You can't buy. Wait, in fact let me tell you guys, kama kuna mtu mwenye anatumia pesa kidogo sana kwa kampeni mimi. Kwa sababu you see,
unatumia ngapi?
Mimi I don't need even money. What I need is that we will only need money at the ballot to protect the votes. Nothing else.
How much? How much to protect the vote?
To protect the vote. People will also protect the votes by themselves. What I just need is to make sure that I will not even need the posters. I'm a brand. Yes. I will not need a poster. I will not need whatever. See, I'm telling you.
Hey, mheshimiwa uongo.
Bwana acha nikwambie. Wewe unaona wewe, hebu enda my story yangu kwanza angalia.
Yes, najua.
Angalia story yangu venye niliwin kiti ya ubunge.
So utatumia the same strategy ya ubunge ndio na win now presidency.
Bana, mambo ya mafuta ya Mwenyezi Mungu wachana nayo.
Yeah. Yani mambo ya mafuta.
Sasa it's not about people can use billions. But if people loves you and God speaks to their hearts and says that this is whom I've chosen, definitely Wewe unaniona kama saa hii ningekuwa any other politician. Unajua ungekuwa umetumia pesa ngapi kwenda kwenye hizo ma counties?
Unatumianga pesa ngapi per day? Wakati nilikuuliza hiyo swali hujanijibu. Per day averagely unatumia kama pesa ngapi?
Sometimes you might not get to know.
So kama ngapi hivi? Just give us a rough figure.
It's not predictable.
200k, 50.
Wachana naendo. Don't go into that.
Yeah.
Mimi nimekuambia tu ni mambo ya Mungu.
God works in mysterious ways.
Works in a mysterious way, and also when you work hard.
Okay. So there's a person who once wanted to be president, Jimmy Wanjigi. He was on this show. Unajua hii show sasa ni kubwa sana. Kenya, dunia yote. So nilimuuliza how much does it cost to run for president? So aliniambia you need to have at least 10 million shillings per day. Uko na hiyo pesa?
Sasa nikuulize at 10 million
per day.
Na hiyo pesa
so that you
unajua kwa wakati nimeambia hao watu wanakuwa na pesa. Sasa akisharudi sasa nataka rudishe hiyo na hiyo ndio siasa tunataka tumalize hapa Kenya. Nilimaliza kule Mumias, nikaambia watu wa Mumias mlikopeshe kura muone venye nitawafanyia and they can see it because no one is controlling me. I'm reporting directly to them. So even Kenyans should learn from that topic. Bora ajue jina yangu Peter Salasya na nawafikia, they should buy the idea and move with it. Na hapo ndio Kenya sasa itaamka. That's why we say that we are going to we are going to shape the politics of Kenya. It should not be on the Obama alikuwa he was only the first time senator, right?
Okay. Obama. Yes, he was senator before he was president.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kwani unaweza niambia senator alitoa wapi pesa?
So utakuwa kama Obama.
Nitakuwa kama Obama. Unaona hata siku hizi sasa natengeneza kama Obama.
Ala.
Sasa hivi sasa hata anakuwa ananiona anafanya hivi.
Sasa Obama alikuwa senator hakuwa MP. Alikuwa senator kwanza.
MP kwa Kenya ni kubwa, ni mzito sana kuliko senator.
So unaona hii sasa Obama ndio mtu ambaye unaangalia.
So Obama alafu Traore in terms of
wait. So who are these people when you unasema mimi I want to be a president like these people? Give us the list. Number 1.
Traore.
Number 1. Why?
Yes. Because he's a young person who came with a lot of ideas and making his country to be known worldwide and trying to make it to be independent country. Right? So we must make Kenya to be independent. These things of telling our girls to go to work to be maids in Saudi must come to an end.
Number 1. Number 2.
These things of
no, the person you were looking up to.
Oh, yeah Obama.
Why?
Why is because he had that charisma.
Anakunja shati hivi
charisma of speaking to the people. Blah blah blah. Yeah.
Number 3.
Mandela definitely.
You actually look like him somehow.
Yes.
When he was still young.
Because Mandela had the passion for the country, and that is why I can be able to say I'm not going to sit at the comfort zone at just being an MP.
Number 4.
Number 4. Do I have any other one? Who else?
The president.
Yeah, the best one.
Your president. Your current president.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't want. I want also to be like Kibaki.
Oh.
Yeah, Kibaki, whereby I will not be speaking much, but I will want action systems to work. He believed, in fact, I want to make my work to be easy, whereby I empower independent institutions to work independent. I will not stress up myself, because I'll sleep, I'll know the court, they are doing their work. So long as now what I'll be working on is to fight corruption in those institutions. Nothing more than the corruption.
You know our president sleeps very late and wakes up very early.
No, that one cannot make you. That you should work smart. Someone, if you work smart, you cannot struggle. You cannot stray.
So what time will you be sleeping? No,
you don't need to.
You need to change also that as president.
You see, let me tell you. Like for example, there are those definitely the events that by 8-9 you need to be awake or whatever. So you just make your schedule. This is my time to sleep. Blah blah blah. Just like what I'm doing. Like for me, there is a way I've programmed my mind. If I know that tomorrow I'm having for example, a flight at maybe 6 or 7. Sindio? By I don't even put on the clock. By 5 sharp. Sindio? I'm awake. By 5 sharp I'm awake kwa sababu ya ndege nini blah blah. So it's about knowing when I have program blah blah, it will work. You don't have like to strain yourself just let everybody do his work. Get the report and work on the report. Follow up on on the work plan, strategic plans you have as a government, blah blah. But the more important thing that I'm going to do is to see the cost of power, the cost of production in Kenya must be lower, plus the taxes, and come up with the best policies.
Okay.
In fact, what is also doing making Kenyan to be a very difficult place to do. There is a lot of bureaucracy.
Okay.
For you to do something that it's important, yes, but those bureaucracy and everywhere there is corruption in it. You find people are in between the middlemen and whatever. So we must make it easier for anyone to do business in Kenya.
So Mheshimiwa, we know he's a project for Eugene Wamalwa. He should at most ask for governor, not president. You're a project.
Let me tell you, I'm a project Kenya. I'm Project Kenya.
Not Project Eugene?
Yes, I'm a project for Kenyans, not for an individual. Yes.
So they're saying you should run for governor at least.
Now you see, those are the people who despise people, and I am telling them, let them continue. They don't know the kind of the anointing that I carry. They will get to know. Now, if you ask them, they are fighting me. You ask them, whom are you supporting for president? They will not tell you. I'm the only one who has declared it.
Okay.
And moving. And we are continuing to move. So if they feel like they should tell me, support Mutufulani, but I don't do that. The Spirit of the Lord has told me to go and serve Kenyans. And I'm the one who has it. And I'm the only person mwenye nitachukua hii presidency, watu watapigana, watu watakuwa na amani, everybody will be satisfied. Yeah.
Okay. So kuna mtu anasema salimia comedian Salasya.
Yeah, it's good to call me.
Anasema you're not so serious.
No, let me tell him. For you, somebody, do you want somebody to cry so that you know that he's serious? You know, let me tell you guys, it's not necessarily that to be serious. There are different people with different qualities. So for me, it's being jovial. That is who I am. And that if that comedy is the one that has made me to win the election in Mumias East constituency, then it will definitely made me to win the presidency, definitely. If that is what they believe, that I'm a comedian.
Yeah. Okay. We've seen Boniface Mwangi. We have also seen Martha Karua, the former Chief Justice, was also deported. And there was some treatment that Kenyans were given when they were there. What would you like to tell Mama Samia Suluhu Hassan, the president of Tanzania?
Mimi ni kukashifu yale ambayo yalifanyika. Na yote nimesema ni it's a two-sided. Kwa sababu wanasema to whom much is given, much is expected. Sisi Kenya tuko na inaitwa na nafasi mzuri ya kupigania demokrasia katika nchi kama Tanzania, nchi kama Uganda. Lakini wanaangalia mienendo zetu pia inaleta tashwishi. Wanasema sasa mnaongelea mambo ya udikteta na hapa Kenya bado hamjamaliza yetu. That's why mimi nataka sisi kama wa Kenya tukue kama mfano whereby there is democracy. Yes, we know the demokrasia yetu. Lakini lazima tuongeze ili ya kwamba sasa tukitoka hapa tukienda kuongelesha pale tuko pia na nguvu ambayo inakuambia like tuna deserve kwa kuonyesha mwelekeo huu kama inji mnapotea. Sasa
the other side
ya huko ya kwamba msitumie nguvu sana. Mama Samia asitumie nguvu sana kulainisha mambo ya huko, kwa sababu lazima pia ajaribu alete demokrasia na alete ile freedom ama zile reforms, kwa sababu mambo ambayo imeleta shida kule Tanzania ni mambo ya reforms katika chama cha Chadema na kile cha CCM. Sasa tumesikia watu wengi wameteswa kule kwa sababu kama hamna, so watumie demokrasia kama watu wanapenda, kwa sababu nimesikia mwingine akisema ukienda kule kila mahali mama Suluhu everywhere, which the billboards and everywhere, it's a democracy. If that is the believe in that, bas muache pia nao pia wapinzani yale ambayo wanaona katika reforms ambazo wanataka katika mambo ya election yao wakaweze kufanya nini, wakaweze kuzingatia.
So mheshimiwa, usually kamatwa, you arrested and there was a charge sheet that we saw, hate speech. We don't want to go into the words that were said that you said that you published. Mheshimiwa, okay, you know when the matters are in court we can't go into the details so much, but tueleze tu kwa juu. Unasikika mheshimiwa unachochea watu mheshimiwa?
Pseudo accounts ziko mingi na mimi I don't run social media. Hata Twitter yenye wameleta juzi hiyo, mimi hata hata sijui hiyo mambo ya account hizo. Lakini muhimu sana ni sisi kuungana kama Wakenya ndio mbele
kabisa. Mambo
mengine hii ya mitandao hii ya kuongelewa I think ni vitu ambayo ilikuwa misquoted. Kwa sababu lazima tuende mbele na country na tujenge taifa.
Okay, mambo ya finance bill. Last time we know your stand. This time around we have a bill that is coming up in the house and you're one of the members will decide which way that bill will go. Will you vote yes or no?
When I become the president, there will be only one finance bill for the entire period. Yes, we're going to change the policy. We must make sure that, look at the countries like America, they only have one finance bill because this one, and these are the things that makes the investor to move away from Kenya, because that they call the risk of investing in Kenya is very high, because they will tell you, I don't know this finance bill of this coming, the 5 finance bill, if they are going to be favorable for his business or they are not going to be favorable for his business. And that's why we must make sure that we live within our years. We do projection that within this period of years we will need this whatever, and then we fix ourselves like one, so that if you are a manufacturer, you are sure that in the next 5 years there will be no interference. You'll be able also to plan your work, and that's why you find like banks, they are doing massive retrenchment, like what is happening in the Equity Bank today. So we find like, and that is why we end up, instead of increasing job opportunities, we are reducing the job market, and yet we are bringing the many people. That's why we find like people are being paid very poorly. Mtu amemaliza degree, the maximum analipwa maybe is 40k or 50k. 50k alipema atoemo taxes hizi aende nyumbani na 30k. 30k maybe amechukuamo kasako 5k amaki na 25. Maybe alichukuamo nini vitu kidogo kidogo pale, transport anafanyia maybe kampuni kazi. So there's no, that's why if we can be able to create job opportunities, even the graduate will enjoy.
Okay, so mheshimiwa, kuna maswali yenye you are not answering kama mambo ya chama. You have said you will, when will you tell us the party?
Mambo ya party, once I move around the nation, the countrywide tour, I'll move around the countrywide tour, right? Then once I move around the countrywide, I finish, I take the feedback, blah blah blah. So then I'll move to the next level.
Okay, so what should Kenyans expect from now on from you? What are your activities towards 2027?
Mostly is familiarization with the people and what I stand for. And the main what I stand for is about the job creation in this country.
Okay,
that one is number one thing.
Okay.
And and the conversation, all the conversation will round there. And that's why I've told you mambo ya tax policies.
Yeah,
I've told you about mambo ya finance bill.
Yes.
Being one in the entire period. I've talked about the cost of power.
Yes.
I've talked about definitely the cost of production.
Okay. So what should we expect from you going forward? How many more months do you need to do the countrywide sensitization?
We need like about 2 months. I'll be done.
To do the whole country?
To do the whole country.
That will be around July?
July, yes.
End of July?
Yes.
Then what next?
The next now, because the formation are not now Kenyans will now get to know who is Peter Salasya.
Okay. After that?
After that?
Yeah.
After that now we will start now the random visit per county. Countrywide again. Then from there people gets to understand the policies. I've just started now talking about how am I going to do the job creation thing.
Okay.
So I will start explaining to all Kenyans the round 2. Yeah, like today I decide to be in this county, the following, this like that. Once, yeah. Then now from there, we will have now a conversation. Things to do the party will come next year, not now.
So, okay. Sasa Mheshimiwa. So once you do that, have you already, now that you are a prospective, you're an aspirant, who will be your running mate?
Running mate. You know me, I'm a Gen Z. This time round we have said that I just want young people. This one will be a young, youthful. Yeah, the Gen Z will give me a running mate. Politics will just propel itself. They will tell this one should be a running mate.
A lady?
A
lady?
If they say yes to a lady, yes. Why am I to refuse?
What's your preference? What do you prefer?
In terms of?
A running mate. Unataka mwanaume ama madem?
Mdem. Tunaweza amua kumleta mdem. Tunaweza amua
for gender balance.
Gender balance. But you see now I'll be at to represent young people.
Okay.
So tutaangalia tuone.
So nataka huyo running mate wako kuna qualities gani so that we start looking for the candidate now. Akwe na nini?
Number 1.
Yes.
He must be a vision carrier. He must have the one who is coming to not to make money.
Okay. But
to see Kenya having Kenya is setting the pace, because what I'm going to do as a president is to set the pace. And I'm not going to do these things to do with the whole building markets, doing what. It's not going to be my work. Those are going to be the work of members. Will do all those small things. My main target will be seeing. I'll concentrate on key issues.
Okay. So this person must be a vision carrier. Number 2.
Must be a vision carrier.
Number 2.
Must be somebody who can reach to the people. Can be able to reach the people. Somebody who can help me make the right decisions. Make the right decisions.
Number 3. Judge
the decisions. Make his contribution. Not for the selfish, but for the country.
Okay.
And then definitely, you know, in when it comes to leadership, there's something that I will always say. This person should be pro-people. That is more important. Should be pro-people. What I mean being pro-people is that someone who is not there to go and make money, who is going that I want to be a trillionaire, I want to be a billionaire. Because when you become a trillionaire, you're going to die and leave all those stuff.
Okay.
That's the principle.
Okay. So as we wrap it up, Mheshimiwa, so are you going to seek your re-election as MP for Mumias East, or this now you're just focusing on presidency?
Yeah, right now I'm focusing on presidency.
So you will not run for MP?
I don't know, but what I'm saying is that I'm focusing there. And give it 1 year from now, Kenyans will tell me, will be, even when they hear that talk about issues to do with Mumias, they will tell you have already focused. So it's going to reach a point whereby Kenyans themselves will say, Peter Salasya, you are now our president. You are now going to unite all the tribes of Kenya. So in fact, it's not me to tell that I'm not going to vie for this, I'm not going to vie for this.
Mm-hmm.
Let me sell this agenda. Then by next year, you will ask me that question. They will tell you no. Even you will fear saying that one.
Because you want to unseat the current president, what is the wrong thing that he's doing? What ni makosa gani amefanya?
Number one, we are saying that you see what happens is when you reward friends with their capacity, with what they can do. I think that is where we missed it. You rewarded friends, like because you supported me, you give me a role that somebody that he cannot. So they messed him up the first 2 years or so. And you see now people judge someone in election the first 2 years or 3 years, because now they are now in the campaign mood. There is very little that you can do. Then number two, interest in politics is what maybe could be one of his people are there with a lot of interests. So unapata those interests, mtu anakuja, he tricks him. Maybe he might be innocent, but he tricks him and says that tunataka kufanya hii, for example hii ya SHA.
Mm-hmm.
Tulete hii, kumbe mtu ako na interest yake. Tunataka hii affordable, hii tuifanye hivi. Badala ya kudivert hivi tu wapatie contractor, wapatiane tu facilitation, shamba and whatever. Naambie sasa nyumba nyinyi mjenge. Ikishauzwa, no one should be in between.
Mm-hmm.
And it can work in various ways.
Okay.
And then whereby you are not charging all the citizens of Kenyans, like everybody has to pay for the affordable housing, because we are in a capitalism country.
Yes.
We are not a socialist.
Okay.
Communism.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we are not a communism, because communism has only succeeded in countries like China.
Mm-hmm.
But capitalism. So even if when you deduct me a 1 shilling, or deduct somebody 1 shilling or 10 shillings just to do whatever, he will feel it.
Okay.
Unaelewa?
Yes.
So simple mistakes, but we're going to restructure everything and respect everybody and allow institutions like IG to do his work, DCI to do his work, prosecution, DPP to do his work, courts to do their work, parliament to do their work, executive to do their work, and that is what we really want.
Okay. So Mheshimiwa, what is your parting shot to Kenyans?
My parting shot is I want to tell Kenyans to believe in me as someone who is going to unite this country, as someone who is going to make Kenya the happiest country, someone who is going to bring the new leadership skills, or who's going to shape the politics of Kenya, whereby is going to win the presidency without using a chopper, without using a lot of sarcasm, mbwembwe, is going to win the election by the grace of God and through hard work. And Kenya is going to be planned for next 100 years. We are going to be the pace setter for the generations and generation, so that after my term as a president, the one who will come, he will know this is where we want to go.
2 terms or 1 term? Utakuwa 1 term.
2 terms, definitely.
Yeah.
Because I need to
1 term hawezi.
Because hata wenyewe nikikataa moja watasema hapana. In fact, they can even reach a point and sema what Mheshimiwa has done for the first time. Yes, he has done a lot. We want to tell him that they will start demonstration after my second term, say that you have to continue a little bit. Yeah, because look at the people of Mumias East, what they have experienced in the few years. They have never seen them before. 3 years. And I'm a very good planner. Someone called me comedy, and I say comedy is good because if that one makes me happy to do work, better for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 2 terms complete, alafu Kenya wasema waongeze, utaongeza?
Wakisema mimi ni sawa, lakini sasa mimi sitakuwa na bora ni sasa mimi nitakaa pale.
Katiba inakataa
sasa mimi sitaendelea. Yaani mimi nitakaa, hiyo nimeshamaliza kazi yangu.
Watu waandamane.
Watu waandamane, but I will be there now to guide. Unaona? Nitakuwa tu pale ku guide, na mimi sasa nakaa. Sasa mimi na retire. Kisiasa mimi nakuwa mzee. Mimi sitakatalia kwa siasa kama watu wengine. Mtu anataka akae kwa miaka, utafanya nini? Sasa nikae. By that time sasa mimi na enjoy maisha. Sasa mimi kazi yangu ni kukaa na ng'ombe, kuangalia ng'ombe zangu, and vitu things that will make me happy. Farming, because I love farming definitely. Na ndio vitu nitakuwa nafanya, things that makes me happy.
Okay.
Alafu naangalia nchi ikienda
mbele.
Because Moi had given us, he had set a pace. Kenya being an industrial country, and that is where now I want to go back to Moi era, not of the dictatorship whatever, but whereby Kenya to produce things and consume things. We have 50 million people or 60 million people.
55 thereabout.
Yes. Whereby we have our own market, we produce our own things, we consume our own things, and Kenya goes forward.
Okay. So unamaanisha rais atakuwa one term because unaingia 2027?
Yeah, whether you call them one term or whatever the term, I don't want to involve into one term things conversation. What I know is that Kenyans, the problem is one. Kenyans had a lot of trust. They were promised heavens, but now they are not seeing heavens. It's okay. So that's why he cannot satisfy them.
Okay.
Unaelewa?
Yes.
He cannot satisfy them. Naona kama hata hii yenye ilikuwa hapa ya dump site hii yenye ulikuwa nasema inakuwa converted into electricity. Mtambo ilikuwa si ndio? The biggest inaitwa nini ya dump site hii inaitwa nini? Dandora. Si ndio? So ulikuwa unasikia ikisemwa it's about like a year nothing has happened there.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of promises. Na hata mwenyewe akiona Peter Salasya anakuja kuchukua kiti, anasema ni saacha kijana afanye lakini mtu mwingine akikuja afadhali malizia hapo. Hi guys, this is Honorable Peter Salasya, the Member of Parliament of Mumias, his constituency, and the presidential aspirant, the presidential candidate or the aspirant, come 2027, the incoming president. And here I am at Hot 96 Checkmate, where we start the show, where the show starts at exactly 7 p.m. Tune in. Mambo moto sana.